this is an industry that's got global supply chains. It's a big global customer base. So, this is a debate and an argument that Boeing is going to get wrapped up in as the nation's largest exporter. But to date, we're not seeing a material impact of any significance on the underlying health of the business.
Why do you think that is, when we seem to be hearing from other companies that are complaining about higher input costs when it comes to steel and aluminum, et cetera? For example, Whirlpool the other day.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, Boeing, a lot of the input costs that Boeing is going to face are contractually agreed to with the customer, so they can pass that along to the customer. So the concern is that there's something related to global travel trends, and we haven't seen that yet. I mean, that's the risk that you worry about, but it wasn't a big feature of Boeing's quarter. That was much more about the underlying performance of the business and short-term versus long-term.
So why is the stock off nearly 2%? Bob Pisani argued that, okay, yeah, their guidance was higher than what people were expecting, and yet it's the same guidance they've had for a long time, and this market is really looking for, you've got to be even better than you said you were going to be.
Yeah, I think they are, to be completely honest, right? I mean, I think there's a lot of focus when you look at any given Boeing quarter about, okay, well, what did I see this quarter and what does that teach me about this quarter? I think you've got to say, what's in these underlying results for a very long cycle business, and what does it teach you about the future? I realize that a lot of folks are focused on the charge on the tanker program that Boeing took in the quarter, which will not allow them to raise the full year guidance. But if you strip that out and say, what's Boeing's airplane business doing from a profitability standpoint? They had a 13.3% margin. So how good is that? They've averaged 7% over 50 years, and up until today, the highest quarterly total you've ever seen is 11.6. So already at 13.3 on an adjusted basis, and you look forward to next year, the mix gets better, the absorption gets better, pricing gets better. They have unbelievable productivity initiatives in place. So they're talking about a mid-teens margin by the end of the decade. They are very much on track to do that. And when you see that kind of margin expansion, in a company this large, that is a very, very powerful pillar in an investment theme.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.